Back to Africa movement. Good evening, my brothers and sisters. I'm here to talk about the Back to African movement, which I think is especially the black people all over the world. We have to take the Back to Africa movement seriously, and we have to apply it. That's why I decided to make a little video to talk about it. I'm talking mostly talking to my black brothers, the black American community. I think it's time for most of you to start thinking about moving over to Africa. If you even if you don't want to live in Africa, try to obtain at least a property in Africa. Maybe grab you a land, go open a business. The once a while you can visit, you can get people to work there for you. Today the technology is at a state where you can live in America and own something anywhere in the world, and you can control everything just with a single phone. You must not be at the spot. But the most important thing is for black people to start thinking about their roots before it's too late. It's for black people to start thinking where they came from. Today, Africa is a continent where everybody is welcome, especially our black brothers and sisters all over the world. It's time for you people in place to start thinking about your roots before it's too late. Remember one thing: you cannot build a house without laying the foundation. A tree can't be stable in the air without its roots. What does that mean? It means most of our black brothers and sisters today, you can talk about Oprah Winfrey, Kanye West, Michael Jordan, all these billionaires, all these people with great wealth. Most of them, they're not thinking about laying a foundation back in Africa because their brain have been colonized. They do not see any future in Africa, whereas there's a propaganda going all over the media that Africa is the future. And this is being made by the white people. And it's not a lie, it's true. Why don't you follow that propaganda and try to own something in Africa before it's too late? Before it's too late. China is taking over Africa. Our dear brothers stand and watch. Europe is taking over Africa. They are grabbing lands, buying lands in Africa. China is buying land in Africa. Why is it that black people do not consider future? The future of a black man is in Africa and nowhere else. I repeat, the future of a black man is in Africa. That is the only place on this planet where you can find your dignity. It's the only place on this planet where you can have the smile on your face, where you can have faith in humanity, faith in Black people, is Africa and nowhere else. About 5,000 African Americans have realized today that there is nowhere better, nowhere beautiful, nowhere they can have freedom if it's not in Africa. We have today about 5,000 African Americans who have decided to stay in Africa. Some of them, they went just for holiday and they never came back after they realized what they have been missing, after they realized all the lies the media has been telling them, after they realized all the lies they taught them in school. They decided not to go back to America. Today, so many Europeans are owning lands, big landscapes in Africa, not to talk of China. And where are our brothers, our Black brothers and sisters in America, in Jamaica, in Haiti, in Canada, and all over the world? What are you people waiting to visit the motherland and own a property before it's too late for you? Don't just listen to all the lies the media is telling you and showing you. Come and see for yourself. Go to Africa. Visit the continent. Everything you have in America, you have in Africa, and surplus. What you spend in America per day, and you don't even, at the end of the day, you don't even have a smile in your face. You still have a lot of problems. After spending a lot of money in a month, in Africa, you are going to live like a king. In Africa, nobody is going to send you letters every day to stress you up. In Africa, your children are not going to be scared when they go out. In Africa, no one is going to brutalize you because they want to see your ID card or some stuff. In Africa, you won't be living like a suspect throughout your life. In Africa, you won't be walking in areas with your head down because you feel like you are unwanted, because you feel like somebody is thinking negativity about you. All those thoughts, immediately you land in Africa, all those thoughts will automatically disappear and you will start to feel freedom and you have fresh air. African Americans, it's time for you to go to Africa and get you a land. You must not live there, but it's important for you to get a land, a property in Africa. Africa is your root. Africa is your foundation. No matter what you have in America, without owning something in Africa, you end up with nothing. Because the only place where your properties and yourself and your dignity can be protected and respected is in Africa and nowhere else. By the time we stay and keep on washing, it will be too late for us when China and Europe will be owning great properties in Africa. Our African brothers, our leaders in Africa, they're not real leaders. They don't understand what is going on in the world. These people's brains are too old, and all what they have in mind is how to protect their power and how to fill up their banks accounts and nothing else. They don't understand. They don't think about the future of Africa. But we have educated brothers and sisters, people that their minds are grown up, people that have gone through several stuff and they understand what the war is. They're all over the world. Why do you still sit down and watch your motherland being taken away from you? Excuse me, I have breathing problem. Just trying. Yeah, as I was saying, brothers and sisters, visit Africa. Make Africa your homeland. Before America or Haiti or whatever, your second home. You'll be welcome in Africa. No matter where, no matter what you want to have, you can have in Africa. If it's the food, if the drink, the beautiful places, the nature, everything you have in Africa. Why do you allow the white people to enjoy that? Meanwhile, they keep on telling you lies and you believe them without coming to check for yourself. Africa is a very vast continent. There's a lot of space. You can build up a community in Africa. Not just in one country. Like today we are having about 5,000 Americans moving up to Ghana. Ghana is just a little part of Africa. It's just a country. There are so many several countries that you can move into that are welcoming, that is peaceful. You can have, if in America you have what we call China City, why don't you Americans, haven't you ever thought of having Black American city in countries in Africa? With all the millionaires we have today, in the black community, your giving back should be building African communities, Black American, African American communities in several countries throughout Africa. That is how you handle Africa. Don't let Africa in the hands of the Chinese and the Europeans. You have to be communities. There should be cities. African American city in Ghana, African American city in Cameroon, African American city in South Africa, African American city in Kenya, and so on. That is how black people will get power, will be respected, will be known all over the world, will gain back their dignity. You don't just stay on one place and always expecting, always listening to the white man. You have to go and make a research for yourself. If, if not because of the social media of today, most of you would have never known anything about Africa. Hmm? Come to think of it, if this movement, back to Africa movement, if it was integrated and put about 10 to 20 years ago, and people took it seriously, most of my brothers all over the world, if they took it seriously, how many lives would have been safe today? How many lives would have been safe today? Both in America and in Africa. How many lives? If you had a community, African American community, you build a city, there is school, there is everything. You have your children go to school. You have African American teachers working over there. You bring your children there, they go to school, study. Later they can decide, oh, I want to go work in America, I want to go work in Europe, I want to work here in Africa. Every time they can go on holiday in America, they can go wherever they want. You have the opportunity, you have the passport to move everywhere you want. Why are you still staying on one spot? I'm being maltreated every day. When you have the opportunity to go somewhere, to establish yourself somewhere, you get up every day smiling. There are so many nice places in Africa. Africans are very welcoming, very friendly. Don't hear what the media tells you. There is no place that a black man can be happy if it's not Africa. And people have the opportunity to build a community all over Africa. By the time we open our eyes, China must have taken over everything. And where is the future of the black man? Are we going to end up like the Kurdish? The Kurdish people are the people of no land. They don't have any land. They're being driven, maltreated everywhere they go because their lands have been stolen. And this is how the black man going to end up if you people don't come to rescue Africa. Africans do not take this thing serious. They do not take it serious. Africans are mostly interested in money and welcoming everybody. But they don't understand that people protect their race more than any other race. Everybody protects his or her own race. We have to protect our own race. We have to fight to have our own dignity, our own lands, our own area. African Americans should build African cities, African American cities all over Africa. Like the Americans, the white Americans, they did. Today, when no matter where you go, You have American base. You can call it whatever, American base or China City or whatever, but you should own it also. You can name it African American City, African American base, African American community. But the most important thing is you should own it in Africa, on African soil. And of course, today, it's very easy to obtain it. The lands are not that expensive. People are welcoming, especially African black brothers all over the world. They're welcome. Come and help us protect Africa. The opportunities that the Europeans and China are getting in Africa today, this would have been your own opportunity. Yes, of course. You live in a land where it's easier for you to make money. But when you make the money, why do you decide to spend the money in America and end up with nothing? Most of our black brothers, they end up in jail. We could talk of R. Kelly. We could talk of Bill Cosby. We could talk of Michael Jackson that end up dying because of frustration and depression caused by the white people. Do you think if during all his career, if Michael Jackson was spending most of his life, most of his time in Africa, do you think he would have, maybe Michael Jackson would still be living? Do you think R. Kelly would be in jail today? Bill Cosby would be in jail today? I don't think so. Even your own son will still be living. If you had thought of building a community in Africa, maybe that would have saved your son from dying from a policeman. Today, flights are cheap. Flights, you can buy ticket very cheap. You can fly from Africa to America almost every month. They make your base in Africa. You don't need any visa to enter any country in Africa. All you need is a passport and a little money. You can go back, you can go down, fly down to Africa, whatever country you want. There are so many countries. There are some countries that are in little civil wars, but most countries in Africa today are struggling to progress, and China is using advantage over us. I have seen videos here where China, they cut tons of gold, tons of gold that China were trying to export to China. Tons. That's about millions upon millions, maybe billions even. And all these things could have been protected by us. It's because Africans, black people, they stay and say whatever. It's time for you people, you black Americans, to start thinking of owning. I'm not telling you people to move over to Africa, but at least own a property in Africa, own a land in Africa, own a business in Africa. Little by little, build a community, African, you can name it African American community in this land, in this country in Africa, in this country in Africa. And everything should be there. Schools, schools, everything should be there. You should be talking with the wealthy Black Americans in America with a lot of money, but still no respect, but still no base, still no freedom, still no happiness, still afraid of their life and life of their children and life of their family members. Whereas they have the opportunity to move over to Africa and build a whole city for them and live like king and queens and being protected and loved by everyone. No matter what you acquire in any place in the world, if it's not in Africa, you are not still in freedom. You are not still respected the way you should. You are not living the life the way you should. So it's time for our Black brothers and sisters to start thinking about visiting Africa, at least learning the culture and discover it for yourself and discover all the lies you were told and discover the lies that are being taught to your children and discover the freedom you have been missing and discover the opportunities that you had, but just because you decided not to visit Africa, someone else took that opportunity. Someone of a different race took that opportunity away from you. Move back to Africa. Check the land. Get you a land. Encourage more of your brothers and sisters to invest in Africa, to acquire lands and build African American community. How come that's in 2022 still yet African Americans are not having their own communities, their own base, their own cities in Africa? How come? Is it because of all the lies you were told? And you believe that Africa is a place where living is impossible? Then why do white Americans travel to Africa if it's impossible to live there? Don't you see that they're hiding you something? Don't you see they don't want you to open your brain? Brothers and sisters, this was just an introduction of the videos that in the future I'll be doing to encourage Black people to come together and gain back the dignity we deserve. Black people are strong people. Black people are intelligent people. But because we are divided, that makes us weak. As soon as we start coming up together, building our communities based in Africa, that's when you will start seeing a change. That's when you will see how these people will start to consider you. That's when you people will see all the brutality will be taken in, because these people know you have your first land, not your second. You have your first land in Africa, your first base in Africa. They will start to be taking you serious, because you know if they keep on with the brutality, you'll be moving over to Africa. It's because you haven't proved to them that you can go somewhere else, that they do whatever they want with you. As soon as you start showing them, we are building up our community, but not here in America, in our homeland, in the mama's land. And remember, the mama's land is full of everything. The mama land is full of everything, and you can acquire it very easily, more than in America. Most of the African Americans that have moved over to Africa are today very wealthy, with less work and much respect. Even the middle classes, if you are a middle class African American, they like the type of life that you live in America. If you were in Africa, you'll be living like a king. I'm coming up with more content to explain to you why you have been missing something in your life. Why our brothers and sisters around the world should start thinking more about their motherland, their origins, before some people else, like the Chinese and the Europeans, takes over their motherland, because of our greedy leaders who allow them to do so, because they are just interested in money and their power. It's time for us to integrate ourselves back in the motherland before it's too late, before the black man ends up owning nothing in the world, and they keep up kicking us left and right, and we have nowhere to go. We have nothing to be proud of. Own a land in Africa. Own a property in Africa. Encourage the richer one, the ones with the wealthy black Americans, not to make the same mistakes. There can be African communities in Africa that can save the black man's lives. There can be communities, cities in Africa with school and everything. They can go around and pick all these black brothers in the ghettos and let them live in the community, go to school, do some little jobs, that can help them to buy sometime in the month to buy a ticket and go over to America. That will save their lives. I hope most of you are understanding what I'm trying to say. It's just a means of saving the black man life, saving our community, bringing back our dignity, owning our land, and not let the foreigners take away everything from us. They have tried to destroy our culture, but some of us in Africa are still holding our culture tight. They have tried to destroy our languages, but some of us in Africa are still holding on our language. They try to divide us, and we are letting that happen. Now our lands are being taken away, are being bought by them. By the time we realize ourselves, black man will have nowhere to go. But if our black brothers and sisters start considering about Africa, of moving to Africa, buying a land, getting a business, visiting, building contacts, community, by the time we realize ourselves, Africa will become the black man home. Africa will become a modern continent, a strong continent. Don't you sit back and try to laugh at Africa, because that is what you were taught to do. Integrate yourself into the continent. Get you something out of it, and own a piece of Africa. It's very important as a black man. Brothers and sisters, make sure you subscribe on my channel. We shall be coming up with more content, and with time, we shall be uploading videos from Africa, showing you things that you won't see anywhere else. Telling you about the advantages about Africa, showing you how China is taking over Africa and we stand and watch, letting you understand what your future is Africa. It should not be the future of the Europeans and Chinese people. It should be the future of a black man. Once it's the future of Europeans and Chinese people, the black man has completely lost everything. Today, what the black man owns is just the Africa continent, the beautiful continent, the God-made continent. Africa is a blessed continent, but we have abandoned Africa into Africans that they don't understand the importance of Africa. They don't understand that is where human being originated. They don't understand that Africa was blessed with everything. And as we keep on dividing ourselves, as we keep on having negativity about Africa, the white man will always profit from us, both in America and in Africa. But once we start thinking of building our communities in Africa, educating those Africans that do not understand what's going on in the world. The black man will gain back its dignity. Brothers and sisters, subscribe to my channel. Let's talk about these subjects. Please, I want to read, comment, give me your comment. What do you think about Back to Africa movement? What do you think about trying to own a land in Africa? What do you think about the future of a black man? What do you think about what will happen in the future when we keep on letting the Chinese people to be buying lands in Africa, the European people, the white people to be buying land in Africa? Why black people do not think, black people all over the world do not think of moving back to Africa and grabbing their own land before it's too late? Let some comment down, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumb up if you think what I'm saying is true, and you can tell me whatever you want me to speak on, and I will discuss about it. Thanks.